Okay, so let's do another Seint makeup application a different way. So last one was just using one brush for everything. Today we are going to use same concept, but we're going to use our fingers. So this is like probably the simplest way to do your makeup in a really like fast way, if that makes sense. So again, I'm going to first go in with my color correction because of course some nice redness on my upper lip. And then we may as well just go in with right away on my under eyes. So sometimes I'll just let it kind of sit there like a glob and let it warm up to my skin tone, and then we'll blend it in. So that's what we're going to do today. So as you can see, it's very heavy under my eyes right now, but then we're going to go into our main highlight, which if you don't know what your main highlight is, look at both of your tan colored shades and see what one's just a little bit darker. Now I know this is hard to tell because this one looks very yellow in the tin. If you don't know, you can message me. Otherwise, if you were color matched by myself or somebody, find that message and it should say in there whoever color matched you, they should tell you what's your main foundation color and what is your brightening or accent highlight color, and go from there. But again, you can always send me just the pictures of the names of the tins, or you can text me the names of the tins, whatever works, and I could let you know which one is darker. Does not take but a second. So okay, so that was my main highlight and my brightening. Now we are going to add contour today. Now I'm not a huge contour person, but I'll show you guys how to add in some contour. So I just went into Astoria, pretty sure that's what this one is. And we're going to find your cheekbone. So usually you can feel it right there. There's like a little indent, or just go by the top of your ear. And that's close enough. Just draw two little lines. The sides of your nose. There's too many different ways to contour your nose, but that's usually just always what I do, is just the two sides. I got my main foundation a little too high for my contour, but that's all right. And then we'll do a little bit right on our jawbone. And that will just kind of help darken everything up, give you a good shadow. And then I'm just going to wipe off any extra. Okay, so now at this point, usually this is where I will blend. If you want to add your bronzer or your lip and cheek now, you could as well. I think it's easier to add those at the end after this is all blended. You could either use a setting spray now and spray your face. I don't have one in my room with me, so we're just going to take our blush bronzer brush, again, whatever brush you have works, and you're going to start with the lightest colors first. So really hit those main foundation and your brightening highlight colors. Now your main foundation, if you didn't see where I put it, along the jawline, up here, brightening was under my eyes, center of my face, and main highlight up here. Blend out the eyes. Okay, now we're to our contour, and I'll finish blending all of this out once we get closer. The contour up by your hairline, I'm going to try to push that back. You don't want to pull it down because that will look weird. Push it back into your hairline. Nose, just lightly buff that out. And then your cheeks, brush it up. You want to lift your face, you don't want to drag it down. So if I drug it down, that wouldn't look like that. That would look like saggy. Your contour creates a shadow. It's a cooler toned color to create that shadow and to help bring out that natural, like we all have that indent right here. It helps just like highlight it basically. And then underneath your jaw, just do a little swipe and then pull it down. Okay. Now, if you want a darker contour, up by your forehead, take your brush. Depending on what brush you have, I squeeze the bristles. Because I always overblend my contour. Yeah. And then bronzer. Just a little bit on those cheeks. The nose. Alright, and then back to lip and cheeks. We're gonna go with a darker color today just to show you that darker colors are not as scary as they look. So here's a bunch of dark colors that I have. We are gonna go with, that was a limited, can't do that one. Let's do, all the ones that I'm grabbing are limited colors. Okay, let's go with sandstone. Sandstone is this one. This is one of my favorites for fall. You don't need a lot. You can make it as bold as you want. It's just, it adds such a good color to your face. Makes you look and feel alive. And then, like I did yesterday, on the eyelids. So if you wanted to continue with your finger though, just tap into there, and general rule of thumb when you're applying blush, take 2 fingers, so say this one has the lip and cheek on it, take 2 fingers by your nose and then apply your lip and cheek. Generally it's right above where your contour line is, but you don't want to bring it too close because otherwise you're going to look like you have a clown face and really like, you don't want to do that. You want to make everything look up. So keep, when I blend, see how I go up, up. You want to lift it all. You don't want to bring it down. But yeah, there's some tips and tricks on another way to apply your seint. Again, questions, let me know.